Hello, welcome to TJD Movie Reviews.
I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
Episode 8, we watched Gattaca.
Not to be confused with Galaga, the video game.
Or Attica.
What's Attica?
I don't
Dog
know.
Day Afternoon.
Attica?
Well, that's what
Al
Al Pacino starts screaming as he's holding up the bank. He's like, Attica, which was a prison riot, if I remember right. Like, there's a prison Attica, but...
I was imagining a drama where a woman is locked in an attic.
Maybe that's
You're going to relate it to me. Yup. AKA the Jake's house story. No one can hear you scream.
I don't even have to say anything anymore.
No, it just writes itself.
Yeah. All right, Jake, so give us a little synopsis of what Gattaca is.
So Gattaca is a movie about Ethan Hawke, who plays Vincent, who is a natural birth. The movie kind of revolves around a not too distant future where gene splicing, or there's a term for it, eugenics, I believe, has become the norm, so you can just have a kid that has no imperfections, really. You know, it won't have, any vision problems, no heart problems, no any of that. They'll just weed a lot of that shit out for you. And the movie is about Ethan Hawke struggling as a kid to feel like he's relevant, and his main goal in life is to go into space. So he wants to get into this Gattaca Institute, kind of like a NASA, and in order to do so, he kind of has to live a lie. He kind of goes on a black market where Tony Shalhoub's character kind of hooks him up with Jerome Moore, played by I can't think of it.
Jude Law.
Jude Law.
Ewan McGregor?
Not Ewan McGregor.
Jude Law.
The other one, Jude Law, who used to be a champion swimmer, but he's since become paralyzed. That's off the books, though, so nobody really knows it, so he can kind of just take his identity and live his life. So in order to get into the Institute, he has these little fake fingertips that have, like, Jerome's blood samples in them, that kind of stuff. He uses his urine for tests, because in this future, you're kind of discriminated against, where they'll run your DNA, and if it isn't good enough, you just flat out won't fucking get the job. So yeah, that's the gist of the movie. Uma Thurman is the love interest, and you got Alan Arkin fucking around, and...
Mark McGrath.
Well, yeah, I should say, there's a murder at Gattaca, and they're looking for the main suspect, and they end up finding one of Vincent or Ethan Hawke's eyelashes, his real ones, not a fake one that he planted. So they know that there's a guy in here that shouldn't be here, that doesn't match any of their, protocol, and they're trying to figure out who he is, and he's trying to evade them, for the most part. So yeah, that's the gist.
Was I not paying attention, or did they never find out who fucking killed that guy?
No, it was the
mission director.
Yeah, the old guy, the one who always kept coming over his shoulder. And
he didn't want the mission to get squashed, and he killed the guy because he was going to stop the mission. It was going to be delayed, and he was old, and he wasn't going to live long enough to see another mission. So
Gotcha.
he killed the guy so the mission could take place. And then Ethan Hawke, at the end, gets to leave.
Spoilers!
Spoilers, yeah.
Jeez,
But-
Jake.
Yeah, I suck.
But I thought Ethan Hawke's acting was, it was very well. He, if he didn't look so much like Mark McGrath in this film, and was wanting to fly, or like every morning.
You need to kill yourself. I'll
what?
help you. Let's go in the back room.
I mean,
We'll get that noose firm around your neck, and I'll just kick your legs out from under you.
Why don't we have like a shout out to a musician like every fucking podcast?
I'm serious.
I don't know.
Look up Ethan Hawke now. He has frosted tips. He looks exactly like Mark McGrath did in the 90s. It's kind of sad. Because all he wanted to do was have Jude Law answer the phone, which is another Sugar Ray song, by the way. #Sugar Ray.
Answer the phone. I know that you're home.
Yeah.
I want to get you alone.
Yeah.
And do it again. Do
Yeah.
it again. Why the fuck do I know that song?
Dude, I don't even know that song.
I had that
actually
album.
owned some Sugar Ray albums back in the day.
I had it.
I can't think of any other Sugar Ray songs. I named 3, so I think that's good enough.
RPM.
I don't know that one.
Something about a car wash. I don't fucking know. This is not the Sugar Ray podcast. I hope there isn't one.
This is not what they tuned in for.
For the good of humanity, I hope there's not a Sugar Ray pod, but...
No, but this movie, I mean, kind of skipping over the plot, I'm going straight to a question.
Okay.
Which I think you probably have. Is it right for humans to try and mess with what we're given?
I don't think so.
That's a subjective question.
Like,
it depends on the basis of whether or not you think there's a God.
Yeah.
And whether or not you think that that's something that should be tampered with.
And I'm not saying, like, somebody's born, we shouldn't find a cure for cancer, or you shouldn't be able to try and find a cure for scoliosis or something like that. I'm saying, should you be able to determine your child's outlook?
I picked this movie because that is a hot button topic. I think outside of religion, it's still a good discussion because I just don't think it's right to mess with what inherently would make your kid who your kid is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you did something and always knew that you were going to get the best possible result, then what's the good in doing anything? You know what I mean?
Basically, it just makes everyone as perfect as they can be, and it creates no competition or weaknesses.
Well, here's the thing. The other counter to that, Jude Law's character was perfect, but he came in second place, and it totally fucked him up because he's like, I wasn't made to be second place. In a world where everyone is perfect, you can't all be number one. Mm-hmm. So if everyone's perfect, nobody's perfect. Well, and someone's always gonna be lacking.
Well, and especially with Ethan Hawke's character, like he was the imperfect guy. Like he was not made to be perfect, and yet he comes out more clean, arguably, than some of these other perfectly made people.
Because he wanted it more.
Yeah, he wanted it more. He tried for it. Yeah.
Like, these people are given everything. It's like, you're the best at this or that, or, you know, you have all these correct genes that this other person shouldn't have, but yet this person, they have that desire, that drive, or those that want to, that makes them actually a better person, because they have to overcome their deficiencies.
Right. I agree.
I mean, yeah, I understand, like, you know, science and medicine are moving forward every day, but I kind of hope we don't get to a day where you can pick, oh, hey, I want my son to not have this or this. Like, disease is terrible. You know, that aside, but at the same time, this is only going to be afforded by those who obviously, you know, make enough money to be able to do that. I don't see him, if this were, you know, if I am where I am right now, in the future, I'm not going to be able to make enough to be like, yeah, I don't want my kid to suffer from heart disease or cancer or anything like that. Addictive personalities. But, I mean, then you just take away the own individuality that the person may have.
That's about how I feel on it. I kind of liken it to being born into royalty as well. If you're born into an extremely wealthy family like your Paris Hiltons and, you know, those type of people, they tend to not try really to do anything, which is kind of what the movie's saying. Like, Vincent wants shit, and he's willing to work for it, and that's what I think is so admirable about his character, is his desire to do things, and yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, well, when Vincent was born, because he was what they considered God-born, and I'm using quotation marks, he was born regularly. You know, parents did the nasty in the back of a car, had the kid. They didn't go to a geneticist and had looked at, you know, see what he might have, and
Did the nasty. Shady nasty.
They did the wild thing, and they didn't have to pay for it.
Okay. Just want to make sure we were talking about the same thing.
Yeah. Do that past nastification.
Talking
Hot dog.
down the
donut.
hallway. Oh.
Scary Movie 3 reference. But
Think you can get a few minutes with the lower half? I don't understand. Let me explain.
But he was Godborn, and actually Godborn are looked down upon because they don't know. It's a random, it's a guess, it's a wild card what they're going to have, what they're going to suffer from. But like it shows, this nurse draw blood from him right away, and they're like, oh, okay, he has a 30% chance of manic depressiveness, 60% chance of being an alcoholic / drug user because he has an addictive personality. 99% chance of heart failure, and he's dead by the age of 30.
Right.
One thing I just don't get. I mean, I get it within the context of the story, fine, but it doesn't make sense to me why these God-born people or these non-genetic made people are treated like second-class citizens
Because they're average.
Yeah, but it still doesn't take... Like, they're casting them aside to be janitors. Like, they're just, like, terrible people. And I don't want to equate them to, like, slaves or anything like that. I mean, they still have rights and all that stuff, but they're literally not looked at the same at all. Like, yeah, you can go and apply for another job, but why... Like, you're immediately cast aside just because you have, like, a bum heart or something like that is going to limit your ability to do your job. I can understand if it was, like physical labor type stuff, but if it's, like, if you're working in an office like they're typing on computers, like, all day.
But they're also working towards being launched at outer space.
Okay, yeah, fair. But I'm saying, like, in other jobs that maybe aren't as important as working at Gattaca.
Right.
Like,
well, we really don't know what the rules are outside of Gattaca.
That's true. That's the main focus.
Well, regular jobs, he even says, the head of Gattaca at one point, when the cops are there investigating, says, yeah, we have standards that don't match with your average employer because of the line of work that we're in. So I don't know if Ethan Hawke went to, like, you know, an insurance company or something like that it would have been nearly as ridiculous.
Well, you see him go to that job interview, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Gattaca.
No, I thought that was somewhere else. Like, I think he went somewhere else, and that, like, it wasn't Gattaca, because it looked more run down than what you would get. Because his first interview at Gattaca was after he already had met Jude Law, he got all that urine sample and everything, and then he met the doctor.
I guess it might not have been Gattaca.
I think it was a different, like, line of work. Not necessarily saying it was insurance, but it was somewhere non-Gattaca. And yeah, like, he's like, they take your saliva from your letter that you send to them.
Right. Like skin from a handshake.
Yeah, skin from a handshake. Or, heck, they'll just give you a urine cup and make you give a sample. So they can test your blood to see if you're worthy of being able to work there. But I equate this to something that's happened, not in our generation, but the Aryan race and, Holocaust. Hitler thought the Aryan race was better. Blonde hair, blue eyes, white male. You're Jewish, all of a sudden you're invalid. I mean...
Except they had them killed, and
yeah, there's a difference.
Now they're having these people work as janitors.
But at the same time, is it not? Didn't they also force them to do hard labor at their camps too?
They did. I mean, nobody's forcing them to do labor.
Yeah, but they'd rather them just disappear like the Germans did.
I didn't expect Holocaust to come up during Gattaca conversation.
I would, but
I'm not saying it's an exact lateral.
You're drawing a parallel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
The parallel that I immediately thought of when I saw this movie was that fucking Dr. Seuss story about the
Starbelly Sneetches?
Yeah, Starbelly Sneetches, yeah. Yep. That's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah, this resonates more with me.
Yeah. Takes you back.
Just personal preference.
But it's an intriguing idea or story. I mean, about this guy who has everything against him and he has to overcome it.
What didn't we like?
I'll start.
Okay.
I didn't like Ethan Hawke's brother's acting. I didn't like it.
Like grown grown Anton or younger
Grown,
Anton?
grown Anton.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy. I looked him up.
I thought he was extremely weak.
That guy did nothing.
Yeah, he really has done that. I'm like, I saw he was in some TV show, and I was like, oh, I remember that TV show. That's where I remember him from. I don't remember which one it was, but he's just guest starred on a bunch of TV shows. And
I don't think he's great, but I didn't hate him. Basically, the movie overall, I hold in such high regard that I'm willing to overlook his minor thing. Because he's really not in a ton of it.
He's kind of a bit part anyway. He pops up here and there.
He's in the background fucking around throughout most of it, but for the most part, he's not a star or anything like that. He's there to amplify Ethan Hawke, really.
But you know what? I would rather them have cut his whole brother character, like him having saved his brother at the very beginning, and then not see his brother again. I would rather have had that and had Alan Arkin have more of a role that he did than this guy having that. Like, I get why they brought his brother back. Was so that he could see, what had happened to his own brother. And then his brother could even, I should say Ethan Hawke, so I don't get confused which brother, but Ethan Hawke then can show him it's what he wants more. Even though he's supposed to be dead, it's what he wants more is what makes him better than his brother.
Right. And better than most people.
Most of those people that are there.
Engineered that way.
Hell, he's better than Jude Law.
I love the end swim. When I saw that when I was 8 years old, I was like, I didn't know movies could be fucking good until you hit a certain age and you're like, I'm having an emotional response to this shit. Like, until then, you're watching DuckTales and fucking Rescuers Down Under, and you're kind of like, whatever. Well, Lion King.
You're like, I'm being pandered to here.
Yeah.
You didn't cry when the bird got shot in Rescuers Down Under?
I'm sure I did. Fox and the Hound fucking destroyed me.
Oh, God.
Bambi? When my mother died? Oh.
What other horrible shit? Watership Down. That was pretty traumatizing. A cartoon where dogs rip rabbits apart?
What
did you watch?
Watership Down?
No,
I don't know what that is.
Really?
No.
Oh, we're going to get on YouTube after this podcast.
I didn't have as destroyed of childhood as you did, apparently.
So did you ever see The Secret of Nim?
No.
What?
No.
I read the book, but I didn't see the movie.
You motherfuckers. What's another movie with little animals? Okay, imagine Bambi.
Ants.
We'll do it with Bambi.
A Bug's Life.
Watership Down is about a family of rabbits, but okay, so imagine there's 30 thumpers, and then hunting dogs come in and literally rip them apart in the middle of the movie, and you're like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't know what the point of that movie was. As a kid, it felt like something I shouldn't have been watching, because I was so confused, what is this?
It'd be like if you were watching Toy Story and then Sid got a hold of all the toys in Toy Story and he just
used
ripped them all
M80s
apart.
On all of them.
Yeah, that would have destroyed me.
Pretty much, yeah. I know what we're watching next.
Toy Story?
Watership Down.
Oh, God.
How long is it?
I don't know. I'm not picking that movie.
Okay.
I don't want to bestow that upon you.
And say that I'm just going to pick the Ewok Adventure.
Star Wars Holiday Special?
I'll just get real shit-faced.
I tried to do that to you tonight. No. Hams isn't good enough.
When I don't have a cough, I'll come over and get plastered.
Thing I didn't like, I know they gave the caveat that no one looks at a photo anymore, but as you mentioned, Jake, you have to suspend your disbelief that Ethan Hawke and Jude Law look alike.
I agree. That is a big part of this movie, is they're supposed to be indistinguishable. And their excuse for that is Tony Shalhoub goes, well, who really looks at a picture anymore? And it's kind of like, well, if, it's somebody suspected of murder, I'm looking at the fucking picture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you.
Well, and also the fact that every time they take a sample, you see the picture all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Here's the other thing that kind of bothers me a little. I don't want to steal but a minor thing that bothers me is, did you notice that the picture they use for him that says valid doesn't look like either one of them, really?
I would say, I felt, it looked like they took their picture and they, morphed it.
Well, either that or, to what I thought is that, Jude Law was, looking down and,
maybe
at the camera. So it's kind of like,
distorting
is it him? Is it
yeah.
not? Like,
Maybe that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
I don't know. They never really come out and say, like, we'll give you a weird picture that they won't really,
See, had it been Ewan McGregor, I'm not saying Ewan McGregor and Jude Law are twins, but I think they have more similarities than Ethan Hawke and Jude Law. I've been like, oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So, but now, Jake, you love this movie. What's something you don't like about it?
Other than the thing I just threw out, I think Uma Thurman's kind of weak in it. I don't know that it's necessarily she's weak or they didn't give her shit to do.
I think
she's
it's
kind of not a character, really.
I think it's more the latter than the former. That they didn't give her shit to do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we know Uma Thurman can act.
Yeah. I mean, look at my super ex-girlfriend.
How'd I know you were going to fucking throw that in there?
Jesus Christ.
No, Nymphomaniac she's in, and she's actually really good. That movie,
Well, Kill
I would
Bill.
recommend. Kill Bill is great.
Except for those feet.
She got ugly feet.
Oh, yeah.
If there were a Feet Academy Awards, she'd be getting
She'd
the
get
Razzies.
the Razzies. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Feet aside, though. Pretty good.
Jake just gave a thumbs up, by the way.
This got really quiet.
Yeah.
I was letting you talk
Okay.
about your foot fetish.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm just getting PTSD from that fucking scene in Kill Bill, man.
I honestly, I'm sorry, I did not look at her feet that much.
It's on the screen for like a long time.
I know, but I'm sorry, I just didn't pay attention. I wasn't like judging her by her feet.
They're gargoyle feet.
Paul Rubens was like,
That's a secret word! He has a lot of secret words.
everything's a secret word.
To Paul Rubens.
Mm-hmm. Jared Fogle.
Too soon.
Is it? You know the best thing about that is I heard he's getting fat as fuck in prison. I hear they're stuffing him with sausage every night.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
I'm really proud of myself for that one.
Oh,
so
gosh.
stupid.
Yikes.
But yeah, Uma Thurman. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but they added this sound effect to all the cars, where the cars look old, like maybe 50s, 60s cars.
I think
but
theirs
they had
was
like
a 60s. I looked up the exact model. But
do you remember the sound effect when the Jetsons rode their ship?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what all the cars sound like in this movie.
Gosh,
it kind of bothers me.
It was like a do. Yeah.
Sort of like that.
Yeah. Except I'm not. Yeah, it was a 1963 Studebaker.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a steampunky type of movie.
Well,
I don't know that steampunk's the right term.
It's like you have all these. You're supposed to be in the not so distant future, but yet you have all this. Like everything kind of looked like 1950s, 1960s style.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the dress.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say you had suits, or if you weren't wearing a suit, you were wearing like a pullover or something of that sort. The dresses were all 1950s style. For being in the future, it was very dated.
I think he wanted to make like a noir kind of like a Casablanca type of stylistically like a that type of movie.
The only other thing that kind of bothered me was the green tint throughout the whole movie.
I didn't really notice.
Like, to me, it just looked like they're hanging over the film, like, in all of it, was just this green tint. And I just was like, okay, this is starting. Like, it bothered me a lot at first, and then I quit noticing it. But, like, when he was younger, up until, like, when he started working at Gattaca, I was like, can they please just make it normal colors? Because it just seemed like there was this sea green tint over all the filming.
Well, The Matrix did it.
I know, and it bothered me in The Matrix, too.
And Zack Snyder's done washed out shit on everything since forever.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it ruins the movie at all. I'm just saying it kind of like
noticeable.
It's noticeable to me.
Okay.
Things we liked about the film. I mean, we talked about the negative. Might as well talk about the positive. Jake, since this was your movie, why don't you start with what you enjoy most about this film?
I love the message that's kind of like, when you're 8, you're kind of starting to realize, I don't know about you guys, but when I was 8, you get about that age where you realize you aren't the best at a lot of shit. And you can either be bummed out about it, or you can kind of like move past it. And this movie's a good, I don't know, it was therapeutic for me at that time because I could watch it and kind of understand like that if you are willing to be above something you feel is holding you back, then it isn't a problem. You can overcome a flaw by wanting to overcome a flaw.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you sit there and do nothing, even if you think you're the best at something, it inspires you to keep reinventing and keep trying to be good at whatever it is you want to be good at. I love the swimming scene. I love at the end when he goes, "You want to know how I did it, Anton? I never saved anything for the swim back." Like, he fucking gives it his all at everything he does. And he doesn't think about, the negative repercussions. Like, literally that's what that amounts to when he says that to him. And it's really, I don't know, I admire the shit out of that. I like that out of a character. I just really enjoy the movie. I think the whole aspect of modifying genes and stuff is a really interesting topic. I don't know how I would feel about it if this became, like, real life society morphed into this right now. I don't know what the fuck I would think. It would be crazy. Because on one hand, think of it this way. Let's say that you're having a kid and they tell you have a 92% chance that this child is going to, either die early or have a severe mental disability or something like that. If you could change it, would you? Something like that. I'm not talking about minute details like they're going to be nearsighted because, glasses will fix that. Glasses are just glasses. Shit like that. But big stuff? I don't know. And then you think, well, I'm still altering it technically. So even though I said I'm against it, it's kind of like I wouldn't really know unless I was in that exact situation.
If you think about it though, like, aren't all of our, like, genetic flaws somehow altered? Like, if you come down with an illness or sickness, don't we take medicine to make that better? Or, if like you said, if you're nearsighted, don't you use glasses to make that better?
But that's altering, medicine is temporary, and, this is talking, like, genetic, like, it's in your DNA. Like, it would affect your immune system, it would affect your organs, it would affect, stuff like that. Glasses, it's an outside thing, it's an environmental aid, really.
But they do discriminate against them in this film. Like, that's why he has to wear those contacts, not only to change his eye color, but because of the glasses themselves are a giveaway. Those
right.
who are genetically superior do not need glasses. And I myself wear contacts. I know Jake wears glasses.
I wear contacts.
Drew wears contacts. So we already are genetically inferior.
Right. But I'm saying I don't think having glasses is altering your DNA or, anything like that. It would literally, we're talking changes that you wouldn't have to wear contacts or glasses or any of that. Or your dad has, let's say your family has a long line of heart attacks. They could just wipe that out. You don't have to fucking worry about it.
I'm all for that.
You'd go for it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think certain parts of that make you inherently who you are.
I would say more. I'd say your personality makes you who you are, rather than your medical history.
But then you could argue that if you altered the way that your entire life, your body had formed, your personality could be different.
It could be.
If I hadn't had glasses as a kid, I might not be the psycho I am today because people wouldn't have fucked with me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a lot of what ifs. It's interesting to think about. That's why I like the movie. I like to show it to people and have a conversation.
Well, and I like films that can be so thought-provoking and you can have intellectual discussions like this and wax poetic on, what if or what could be.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you stand? Would you alter your child's genes?
I haven't had a child, so I don't know for sure. I don't know. They may. When I was born, I had some issues. Not right away, but they popped up. And, if they had been able to tell, hey, you're going to have to deal with this right away, that may have saved my parents a lot of stress in that.
Did they eventually reattach your penis?
Well, it had nothing to do with that. So.
Oh, okay. So you just left it off.
Yep.
But
I'm like a Ken doll down there.
But if you were to say, like, yeah, your kid's got like a 70% chance that they're going to have Down syndrome, or, like heart disease or whatever, like you said, like, as a parent, aren't you obligated to give your child a better life, or a better shot at life? Less suffering?
I don't know. It just seems like a thing that... I don't know. It's weird because I'm not, like, uber religious or anything, but I think nature, like, I don't know. There's something about it where I think fucking with that would be bad. Whether or not you get a Jude Law that's like, everybody else is better, I should be better, we can't all be better, and they just get mentally fucked up. They have a term for that too. It's like inbreeding depression or something, even though it's not inbreeding like fucking your sister or whatever, but it's you're doing so many of the same cuts, so all the people are coming out almost identical.
It's cookie cutters. It's like a cookie cutter syndrome.
It's your kid is basically a school in this world is the suburbs.
You know what I kind of equate it to? It's like getting an accidental curly. You have a thing of French fries, but you like that sometimes you get the accidental onion ring or you get the accidentally curly fry.
I'm glad you cleared that up because I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about.
But like,
or that accidental Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Or that accidental far side.
I'm not trying to go that far, but I'm just saying, like,
I thought you were implying you got like Arby's and there were pubes in your
yes, no.
Accidental curly?
Yeah, he gets excited when he's like, "Ooh, yeah.
I'm so hungry I could eat Arby's." Oh man, she must really be hungry. Simpsons.
Yeah, that was a good reference.
No, but like Jake could quit dying. You go to Burger King, you order French fries. Somehow, once or twice, you end up with an onion ring in there.
I was going to say, it's usually a cold, shitty onion ring.
It is.
Goddamn Burger King.
But, like, the onion ring, it's Ethan Hawke, whereas the French fries, Jude Law, Uma Thurman.
I'm glad we could equate this in terms that I could easily understand. I'm not that fat guy. Maybe if we tell him it's French fries, he'll get what I'm trying to say. Son of a bitch.
Alan Arkin is like the milkshake. All makes sense now.
Milkshake.
That was an Alan Arkin.
I drink it up. We need to watch that movie.
There Will Be Blood?
Yep.
I've never seen it.
Son of a bitch.
I haven't seen it either, but I've seen that part. But
What the fuck, dude?
Dude, you haven't seen Goonies.
All right.
Calm down.
All right. Yeah, but is Goonies Academy Award winning?
No, but
Generations.
Not that I really gauge movies, but how many awards did it win? I like The Equalizer, and everybody else thought that was a piece of shit. Antoine Fuqua. You need to watch Training Day.
Fuck yeah.
I've been told this many a times I need to watch Training Day.
I will beat your face in if you don't watch it.
I thought watching the Dave Chappelle skit with Wayne Brady...
It's not the same thing.
It's great, but not great enough.
Oh, Wayne Brady. Who misses Who's Line?
That's on, isn't it?
Yeah, they redid it, but Drew Carey's not on it anymore.
Yeah, you have Aisha Tyler.
Yeah. Who I like in Archer, but...
She gets a little cringy outside of Archer sometimes. You should watch her video game awards.
Oh, man.
That was rough. She even admitted it was rough. But anyways.
I remember when they had the writer's strike and they tried doing, the Golden Globes? And they had like 4 reality show hosts doing it. Like I think it was Jeff Probst, Joe McHale, and 2 other people. And they're like,
Mike Rowe.
They were like, we really don't know what we're supposed to do up here because we have no script.
And Flo from Progressive.
Anyways, thing I liked about this film. Moving on.
Uma Thurman's feet.
Well, you don't see them, so I can't say that.
Yeah, you can imagine though.
I enjoyed the camaraderie that Jude Law and Ethan Hawke's characters really came to be, because Jude Law had all this, and then it seemed he kind of let it go. Like, I know you talk about the inbreeding thing and that he hated being second. How Jude Law becomes to be paralyzed is he steps out in front of a car and gets hit.
Yeah, intentional.
Yeah, you don't know that at the time.
Right. He
but
admits it when he's drunk at one point.
I think, personally, he did it. Like, intentionally.
Yeah.
So, because he just couldn't take being second. And
that's exactly what happened.
And then now he sees Ethan Hawke's character, Vincent, pushing so hard, going through all these surgeries and all this pain just to be where Jude Law was, like, just given by science.
He's like a shining beacon of what he should have been. But, you know, Vincent works harder.
Yeah, but they become great friends. Like, they get pissed at each other, but then they joke around with each other. They cover each other's backs. I mean, Jude Law puts himself at risk this whole movie. Like, having to try and climb those stairs without his legs. I mean, standing up to the cops when they're like, oh, you don't look like this guy. Or you're not, like, oh, but you're in a wheelchair? How are you working at Gattaca? And it's like, you know, Jude Law sticks his neck out way too much for Ethan Hawke, but yeah. I don't know exactly what the compensation was for him to do that.
I love the end where, well, he says at the end, you know, I lent you my body, you lent me your dream. Like, I got to live vicariously through you and watching you go after it and get it. Like, he tells him he's proud at one point. Yeah. And he does, you know, eventually immolate himself in an oven because, I don't know.
They don't really describe that. Like, oh, he's got his dream now. I have nothing left to live for.
I think he had been depressed. I think the part of stepping out in front of the car was wanting to die, but getting paralyzed and just living with that. So he gave Vincent everything he would need. He's like, you have all the supplies you could ever possibly need. And he's like, well, where are you going? And he's like, I'm going to be on vacation or whatever. And yeah, just puts on his silver medal, which I don't know if I'm supposed to interpret as he's proud of what he did.
Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of fucked up. I didn't like the fact that he just
Burned himself?
Yeah, that he just offed himself. Like,
I kind of withdrew. That was kind of like, I thought he was going to maybe do something more with his life. Like, he saw what Ethan Hawke did, and he was going to take his paralysis but make the most of what he could.
Or like, you think that would inspire him to be I don't know, like a greater
person.
Yeah, physically abled person. Or
well, the way I took it, Anton, the cop, doesn't really let on any inkling of me being engineered is a bad thing. So you can't use him as an example. And other than that, and other than Uma Thurman saying she has a heart problem, anybody else that's engineered, as far as you know, has no fucking issues whatsoever. So I think Jude Law immolating himself was really important because it drove home the fact that they aren't perfect. You know, he had stuff going on. He didn't feel like he was good enough.
But I think you saw that already with his brother. Him having to save him 2 different times proves that just because he's genetically modified doesn't mean he's better. So I get your point, but at the same time, they've already shown that.
Or if if they're not as good, then say like a Vincent, then why do they feel the need to treat these people like second-class citizens? You know, when they've already said in tests where God-born kids are subject to depression a certain percentage amount.
Yeah.
I can imagine that being totally normal. If you live in a world where everybody's perfect, yeah, you're going to be fucking depressed.
And at the same time, though, you also see it just throughout the movie because Vincent himself, Ethan Hawke, he's outperforming all these people with this, you know, supposed disability of being a God-born child. He's already outperforming all these people, so you're already sending that point home that just because he's God-born doesn't mean he's not as good.
What was that term they used? It's like a... Oh, God. It was like a play on words.
It was terrible.
It was, God, give me a minute. I'm going to think of it. Just vamp for me while I think.
Like, what term are you trying to
it was a degenerate.
Oh, a degenerate.
Yeah,
yes, that
cringeworthy writing right there.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I never said it was perfect. I said I watched it last week as a refresher, and I didn't remember it as great as it actually is. But I'm also older, so...
I will say, a little insight, peeling back the curtain into watching this film, we gave Jake a lot of crap for it. Like, he was getting pissed at us. Thing is, I actually really enjoyed the film. I just wanted to give Jake crap.
I didn't say shit during Spies Like Us.
Because you were asleep.
Because I was asleep. Let me clear the air here. I slept for, 30 fucking seconds? Maybe a minute. You motherfucker. So for you to be like, well, like when I give my opinion, and you go, well, you were asleep for fucking 30 seconds. I should have been asleep for the whole fucking thing. I wouldn't have missed a goddamn thing. But that's just me being a hateful bitch. I did not care for it.
I know you didn't. It came across in the pod.
But during the movie, did I talk shit?
No.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
So why are you just pointing at me? Drew did as well.
Well, Drew knows what he did.
I did it playfully. I do it playfully.
Yeah, it was all in good fun. We actually did enjoy the film. So, and we're having a good discussion about it.
I didn't make the movie, so honestly, I don't give a shit if you like it.
But no, something I liked about the film, just the whole display of Ethan Hawke's. I'm always struggling to say Ewan McGregor because you fuckers kept saying that during the whole film. Ethan Hawke's his struggle, just the way they portray that, and like Jake said, the message that it sends, and to delve really deep into a character and develop it like they did, was really cool. The musical score was great.
I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
It's got a great score.
If you're like a music junkie and love to listen to soundtracks, this one has got a fantastic score. Yeah, I really enjoyed the film and the message that it sends.
The other great scene was there's this doctor who plays a side part.
Doctor?
Doctor?
Oh, he did it this time.
The one time I'll participate. We promise to never talk about it again.
No, we'll bring it up again, just like Spies Like That.
What's a dick for?
It's for peeing, but that's not important right now.
That movie's garbage. Garbage. Yeah, you gave it an 8.
I'll redact it down to a 7.
It sends a chill up my spine thinking of the 8 that you gave that movie.
I redact mine down to a 5.5 now.
I redact mine to a 0.
Bullshit.
No, it's a 4.5 to me.
I'll say 7. I feel very strongly about that 7.
Okay. It's a damn good 7.
It's a damn good 7. It's like a 7-up.
Honestly, if I ever need to go fucking, if I need to take a coma nap, that's the fucking movie I'm gonna buy. Just turn that motherfucker on and I'm out.
Not Mystery Men?
Ooh. Yeah, Mystery Men's pretty bad.
What'd you give Mystery Men, by the way?
I don't remember. If I went back, I have a feeling I rated that higher than I should have.
You're like, I gave it extra points for the skunk fucking scene.
I think we were starting with the moonlight in the background. Dude, I lost my shit when that happened. I'm like, what universe is this?
Out of the 5 points I gave it, the 4 came from the skunk fucking scene.
Oh, God.
Just to see Paul Rubens like getting humped by a skunk, Jake's like 10 out of 10.
Yep.
But then the rest of the movie dragged it down.
Yep. Yeah, that scene was unbelievable. where was I going? Oh, I think I rated it higher probably because in my mind I'm like, well, this is the worst movie we'll ever watch. And then you made me watch Super Mario Brothers.
Which you admit, though, you start thinking about it now and you enjoy it a little bit more.
There's something about I think Mario I'll enjoy in the future because I'll look back and remember the fucking fun we had watching it and the Shy Guys in bondage and the dump truck and all that shit will elevate it higher than it probably should be.
Well, that, and I also think that I even said when I rated it, like, I gave it higher marks because it was Mario. Like, if it was anything else, I probably wouldn't give him 2 shits.
And at the same time, that's kind of what this pod is for, is, like, we're reviewing these movies and we're having some fun with them. And if it makes you want to go watch the movie, great. And we recommend most of these films you watch with a friend. Like, you know, if you watch them by yourself, they're fine. But, like, Super Mario Brothers, you want to shit on a movie with some friends, that is a great movie to do it.
Don't watch that movie by yourself.
I was going to say, that'd be a rough watch alone.
Riccio, same way. Mystery Men, same way.
Now, Riccio, I love.
If I had not been with you guys and doing this pod, I would have fallen asleep.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have watched that by myself.
I watched it the other night.
Wow. I pity you.
Wow.
This says
That
the guy
was
who likes
disparaging.
spies like us.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff I'd rather watch than Spies Like Us.
There's a lot of things I'd rather watch than Riccio. I almost went to Envy, but I could not watch that film again. Oh.
Well, now I know the ace I need to keep up my sleeve the next time you pick a movie that pisses me off.
Hey, at least that was not intentional.
Okay.
Anyways, back to my point I was trying to make with the doctor. Doctor.
Are we doing this again?
Yeah.
Hey, they did it twice.
Yeah, it's almost as repetitive as Spies Like Us.
But Ethan Hawke knows this guy because he's supposed to keep checking for genetic material, urine, blood, hair, and make sure he's the person he says he is. Make sure he's a valid and not an invalid. But the doctor at the end kind of does an out of left field type of thing where he knows pretty much the whole time he actually wasn't invalid.
On repeat viewings, the first thing he ever says to him is, "Have I ever told you about my son?"
Mm-hmm.
And Ethan Hawke's kind of like not paying full attention. He's like, "Oh no, I don't."
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, that's one of those when you watch it, and then when you watch it again, you'll notice that when he's the janitor, he's going through and looking at all the security measures. So if you remember when he's taking the towels and stuff, he finds that little heart bait, the heart rate monitor, so he could, get the audio of him doing the shit in his wheelchair, so he could pass that test. He saw the little blood taker thing that pricks your finger and lets you know that, you're valid or invalid. And I don't know, he was kind of cased in the joint.
The first thing he says to him is not about his son. The first thing he says to him is he really admires his penis.
Oh yeah, he's like, "That's a mighty fine cock."
I don't think he says cock. I think he says either unit or piece you got.
I don't know.
there.
Either way, it was fucking weird.
I think he said specimen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way.
Okay, he's using like a colostomy bag or an IV bag to use you. I almost said Ewan McGregor. Jude Law.
To use Ewan McGregor.
The listeners are so confused.
Let me whip out my Obi-Wan.
All one of our listeners.
To use Jude Law's urine so that he can pass the DNA test. How did he do that? Did he have it taped underneath of him, and so then it? Because he had to do it in front of the doctor.
Well, here's what I thought. I'd imagine he has the same thing that he was taking the test with. It's the little tube, but he kind of put it in the sleeve of his, he's wearing a suit. So I guess that he had it peeking out of his suit jacket, and he kind of just let it roll out. I don't know. I haven't faked any drug tests or pissed in front of anyone in a long time.
Yeah.
In a long time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who are you being in front of?
Well, nowadays
Whoever pays me.
Nowadays they have those fake dawns and like
Yeah.
bladders.
Yeah. I knew
Not
about that.
so distant future. You'd think they'd have something like that.
The doctor's like, wow, Ewan McGregor, that's a mighty weird-looking black cock you got there.
Why is he talking to you and McGregor?
See what you fuckers have done.
Ethan Hawke, son of a bitch. I never get him confused, but you've done it so many times, and I'm just saying the wrong names now. God damn it.
All I said was, if it had been Ewan McGregor, they would have looked more alike. I'm not saying that Ethan Hawke and Ewan McGregor look alike.
Well, think, what was Ewan McGregor doing in 97?
I really don't know.
When did episode 1 come out?
99?
He was probably shooting that.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with Liam Neeson.
Who really didn't care for episode 1.
Well, who did?
Can you blame him?
No.
I think
He was
what-
on set like, I really want to beat the shit out of some wolves. God, that movie's great.
I really want to take care of some guys to steal my daughter.
Taken.
Yeah.
I like the one where he plays a children's board game.
Jumanji?
Battleship.
Oh.
Oh.
I forgot he was
Did
in
you actually
Battleship.
watch it?
No.
Next week.
Oh, God.
Battleship.
No, let's not watch Battleship.
No.
Still
Unless
waiting.
we get overwhelming listener response. Or if anyone leaves a comment.
Then we'll watch.
Just one. We'll add you to the list.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, let's not grovel here, James.
talk to us.
We're so lonely. Why you don't like us? If you could give me money too, that'd be great.
Well,
Then you can make me more attractive.
Don't you steal it off those kids you murder?
Jesus Christ.
dude, there's no way we're gonna get sponsors now.
You're gonna shoehorn that in there?
Yeah, I had to.
They don't need to know that. You need to quit drawing attention to it.
I thought this was like your place where you let everything out.
I got a good thing going with my ice cream truck. If you fuck this up for me, I swear to God, I'll put you in the ground.
The only people that are gonna sponsor us now are like shovel companies and lime. That's it. That's all we've got at this point.
What about rope?
Yeah, maybe rope.
If they have money, do you care?
No, sponsors are sponsors.
Okay.
But we significantly lessened our scope in terms of getting sponsors.
Yeah, but we have fucking cornered that market. We own that shit.
We got that shit on lock.
Glass half full.
I mean, I don't think we've actually called out any sponsors on this episode, though, so I think we're okay.
Arby's.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you shit all over Arby's.
That was a
Welcome
Simpsons
to
reference.
Arby's.
That was a Simpsons reference.
hungry I could eat at Arby's.
And Burger King when I was talking about their cold ass onion rings.
Maybe they should make them cold.
Yeah. Spitting on my onion rings.
Make them look like they do on the box.
Or in the parking lot, circling, screaming, I don't give a fuck.
With my hand up.
With the windows down and the system up.
Yeah.
How many
Eminem.
musician references can we have
I don't know.
in one podcast?
Eminem was not in this movie.
You need to get him in there. You know who I'm talking about.
Mark McGrath?
Nope.
No, he's talking about Shaggy.
Oh, God,
There's literally no way you can tie Shaggy.
We'll set you free.
Oh, shit.
Go home, you're drunk.
I had one beer. The truth will set you free. It's like the cable guy. Silence of the lambs. Yeah, I don't know how to work Shaggy in the Gattaca.
I don't either.
You can't. I don't think there's a way.
No.
You gonna tag him in this video again?
I mean, we didn't mention him.
Yeah.
So he's getting
God
tagged.
damn it.
I think you should you should tag Sugar Ray over doing that. 'Cause
Sugar Ray or Mark McGrath?
Both.
Does Sugar Ray even exist anymore?
Oh, yeah. Actually, they were in Omaha, last year?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
With Mark McGrath?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been playing shows.
Because they played they played in that park area or whatever, didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Yep.
It was that free show.
Yeah.
Oh, that summertime bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to one of those. It was a fucking nightmare. It was like KC and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
And I was meeting a girlfriend, and you know how women are with directions. Vague. When they don't want to see you.
So, wait, was this a girlfriend, or was this just some person you were
It's a
supposed
woman
to
I
meet?
was fond of that I watched from afar with a pair of binoculars. No, it was a girlfriend.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, meet me at the park. And you show up like, what the fuck? There's 50,000 people here. Well, not really that much, but...
Does it say for Casey and the Sunshine Band?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they wish. They're not pulling in shaggy crowds.
And there it is.
Boom.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about with this film?
Won 3 Oscars.
What
This one?
What did it
Yeah.
win for?
That's a good question.
I didn't know it won any. I think it was up for Best Original Score and maybe Best Screenplay.
Oscar. It says Oscar nominated. Nominated, sorry. It did not win 3 Oscars. Nominated for Best Art Direction and Set Decoration. So, not bad.
All right. Another interesting fact. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman met on set and then were married for, I don't know, 10, 12 years.
Mm-hmm. Till he cheated on her.
Yep. Probably because he got the Mark McGrath looking.
Because you just can't
Yeah.
avoid ass when you look like Mark McGrath?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, did you not see his acting in Joe Dirt 2?
I didn't watch Joe Dirt 2.
You're lucky.
Okay. I was going to say, am I really missing out on that one?
No. They got divorced in 2005. Did you
Finally
notice?
saw her feet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
God. I've been married to a monster.
What have I done?
All the
They're like claw hammers.
if I remember right, all the G, A's, T's, and C's in any of the beginning sequences when they're showing names are always highlighted a different color.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were trying to do the whole DNA sequence. So,
Yeah.
which Gattaca also is one.
Yeah, it's called Gattaca because the abbreviations for whatever makes up DNA is like GTC, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep, GATC.
Yep.
Also, Maya Rudolph's first film.
Who is she in this movie?
She is a delivery nurse. So when Ethan Hawke has a baby get delivered and then they take the blood, she's that nurse holding him.
Didn't even notice.
It's blink and you miss it, I guess. I didn't even know either till I was looking up who was all in this film, trying to figure out who his adult brother was, where I recognized him from, and Maya Rudolph's in this film. Which, if you don't know, Maya Rudolph, former SNL cast member, she was the lady in Bridesmaids, Kristen Wiig's best friend. She also is in MacGruber. She plays Will Forte's dead wife in MacGruber.
She's also in... Are you talking about Maya Rudolph?
Yeah.
Idiocracy.
Is she an idiot?
She's married to Paul Thomas Anderson. My
Isn't
mistake.
he a director?
He is a director. Not the director of Resident Evil.
No. That's
Paul
Anderson.
Yeah.
I know who that is.
Oh, that's P.T. Well, who the fuck is that guy? Son of a bitch.
Because he's married to Mila Jovovich.
Yep. And one of them's a good director and the other isn't. I should be able to tell you which one off the top of my head.
Isn't it Mark Paul Anderson?
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yep.
Isn't there a Mark Paul Anderson as well?
I don't know. That sounds like a name that probably transpired at some point in the human history.
Thanks for being a dick.
I'm just saying. No, I was saying you're right. I was helping you out. I like how we're all just looking up names frantically because I can't remember anything.
Well, and then, I mean, you can IMDb this, but, like, most of the names mean like, they have a special meaning. Mm-hmm. Like, either in a different language, which I'm wondering if it's what they were going for, which, with how deep this movie is, I can't believe it. Like, Vincent is symbolic because Vincent means he shall conquer.
In
I believe Latin. Like Eugene, which is Jude Law's it's his middle name, Jude Law's character's middle name, but it's short, for eugenics. But yeah.
What were we talking about? Casey Jones?
Yeah, Casey Jones from Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, Casey Jones is from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Elias Kostis?
Yeah.
Eli Kostis? I don't remember how to pronounce it, but he plays Ethan Hawke's father. Just a bit part. Really nothing big.
So you got a big itch to see Casey Jones again.
Yeah, I know.
Who the fuck is Casey Jones?
Casey Jones is he's a side character in the Ninja Turtles.
He wears a hockey mask and beats up bad guys.
He murders kids at Camp Crystal Lake?
No.
He actually uses like a hockey stick to beat people up.
That actually makes sense.
He's actually going to appear in the new one that's coming out this summer, Out of the Shadows or whatever it's called, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows. Is that what's titled?
That sounds like
the garbage Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that destroyed my childhood.
Revenge of the Out of the Darkness.
Yeah.
Yes, but
why the fuck did Jason wear a hockey mask?
Are you going
to play hockey? Did he?
Anyway, Stephen Amell from Arrow will be playing Casey Jones in the new Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
You never saw Arrow?
Why the fuck would I see Arrow?
Oh my gosh, you need to see Arrow.
I don't watch TV.
You need to see Arrow. It's on Netflix.
You need to see Training Day.
I know I need to see Training Day. All right, let's go to our... Unless anybody else has any other fun facts they'd like to discuss. All right, we can go to our entertainment scale. So, Jake, since this was your movie...
I think I'll be a little conservative, give it a 7.5. I really enjoy it. I think it has a good message. I think it has good philosophical themes. I think it has good acting for the most part, in the parts that really count. I think for a first-time director, he did a pretty damn good job. Sadly, he hasn't really gone on to do much since, but...
Lord of War.
Did he do Lord of War?
Yep.
Yeah, Lord of War is pretty solid.
That Nick Cage film?
But more recent, didn't he do like The Host or something? And
oh God.
Yeah, I think he might have done that, but that's besides the point. He could turn it around. We'll see. But no, I really like this film. It meant a lot to me as a kid, and I still enjoy it today. And I'm glad my mom kind of recommended I check it out when I was yay high.
Because M. Night Shyamalan turned it around.
What?
Well, you're saying the director can turn it around. I said, because M. Night, he turned it around.
Understood.
No.
I don't mind Devil, but he didn't direct it.
No.
He really can't direct anything anymore. I don't know what it is.
No.
He had The Sixth Sense, and that was pretty much it.
Unbreakable was decent.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. I'll give you Unbreakable.
It's all
and
right.
Everything after that, garbage. And if you say otherwise, you're wrong.
I think The Last Airbender is fucking incredible.
I will fucking murder you.
He got really animated.
I have an affinity for that fucking TV show.
I never saw the movie or the show.
He literally raped it in front of me.
Wow.
But he did that awesome Will Smith, Jaden Smith movie, After Earth.
Oh, the one where in all the promotional material they never mentioned that M. Night Shyamalan was directing it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a smart move.
Probably for a good reason.
His shit keeps making money, though.
That didn't make money. The Happening didn't make money.
Oh, God.
What?
Lady,
no.
The plants are killing people?
Mark Wahlberg just staring out into a field like, oh God, it's coming for us.
That movie's dog shit.
The oxygen. I don't know. Allergies are probably murdering me.
I would rather have it be about that.
Wasn't it kind of about that? Wasn't it the trees or some bullshit?
Like they were releasing a toxin.
It was like the plants that made people kill themselves,
and then it just randomly stopped.
God, that movie sucks.
It was stupid. Oh.
I want my money back.
I didn't see it in theaters, so
The marketing was effective because I remember seeing like people jumping off buildings and the guy lays in front of the lawnmower and I'm like, what the fuck is this about?
That's the thing. He can get butts into the seats, but the
that was the last time. That was the last time he got me. I was like, fuck this guy.
It calls it The Happening, and it was a movie where nothing happened.
The Village can choke on my dick. Dude, I was in the
I don't think
theater.
anybody. I don't.
I've never been so fucking angry in a movie theater as when I saw The Village the first time. And yeah, I'm there with, I think I saw it with my mom and my brother. And right during that turn, I'm like, no, what the fuck is this? Are you shitting me? Oh, you're not an old-timey, whatever. It's not the 1800s. You're just in the middle of the woods somewhere and you stumble upon a park ranger.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was more pissed off of that movie than I was.
Yeah.
Infuriated.
Great marketing. They all have
He can
great
get butts in
marketing.
the seats. I have no reservations about him getting butts into the seats.
You know what didn't have great marketing, though, is the last one he did where it's an old woman coaxing a girl into an oven. That commercial just made me laugh my ass off. Because I'm like, I do this all the time and no one's ever caught me.
What about that?
Wait, you're an old woman?
Spoilers. Nah,
You
Jake
never
is-
patted me down.
Jake is actually Jacqueline and 80.
one movie that they really didn't do a whole lot of marketing for was that Bryce Dallas Howard movie, Lady in the Water.
Oh, yeah.
With Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Fucking Paul Giamatti.
Well, he had just had Sideways, so he was big.
Anyways, back to your review of the movie we did watch.
Yeah, it was great. I liked it.
He gave it 7.2.
7.5.
7.5.
I don't do weird fucking digits like you assholes.
Why not?
3.16, blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
blah,
I didn't
blah.
fucking do that.
You did.
He
But I was
did it
making
just to
fun
make
of-
fun of me.
Fair enough. 7.5. I'm not giving it higher because I do know that it isn't perfect, which is ironic.
Oh, because it's a movie about perfect people.
Right.
But
Still
it tried
great, though.
hard, so it should get a 10.
It's a 10 in my heart. But verbally, I can only commit to a 7.5.
For me, I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the character development. Primarily for Ethan Hawke's character development wasn't really there for most of the other characters. Jude Law a little bit. And there are flaws to find with a movie, but what movie isn't there that you can't find flaws with? No, I just enjoyed the message, the story, the acting was great. I will give it a 7.8.
Wow. What about Jake?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
No, it's a really good film. Like Jake said, it brings up a lot of great talking points. Some of the cast, some of the best parts of the cast get lost. Like Tony Shalhoub was great. His
Sorry.
his character, his eraser character, kind of gets just erased. It kind of sucks. He's there, then he's gone. It's like I would love to have seen more of that. Jude Law is great though. Ethan Hawke is great. Because really, what's Ethan Hawke done besides this and Training Day?
Assault on Precinct 13.
Sinister.
I never saw Sinister. I remember Assault on Precinct 13.
Fucking Training Day.
I said besides Training Day.
Oh. How about Training Day? All you need is Training Day. And he's good for life. He can do nothing.
I wish Alan Arkin had a bigger part.
Well, I was going to say, he's also done those Before Sunrise and those movies. Those are really popular and apparently really good, but I never saw any of them, so.
But, so I there was some of the cast I wish had been more fleshed out. Or at least had a bigger part to act. Because,
I agree.
But overall, it is a very good film. It's a very thoughtful film. It's kind of a tiny bit of an inspirational film because it's like, yeah, I have all this against me, but because I know this, I have to work that much harder.
Oh. Ethan Hawke was in Lord of War.
Never saw Lord
With
of War.
the same director. So they have to do another movie together.
He was in Lord of War?
Yeah, he was like the agent trying to catch him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the agent trying to catch Jared Leto and Nick Cage.
I never saw Lower War. I
Dude.
I remember the front cover, but of the DVD, but I didn't see
that opening shot.
That was when Nick Cage was selling out his soul for everything. But
has he stopped doing that?
No.
Anyway, just in Season of the Witch or some fucking horrible bullshit.
But on with my review. It was, like I said, great film. That's why I give it a 3. I'm kidding, joking. Jake, your eyebrows shot off your face. 7.2 is actually mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're all in the 7s.
We're averaging out about mid-7.
Yeah. Well, that was Gattaca for this week. Drew, what's on tap for next week?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ Superstar?
Yeah.
Yes!
I was going back and forth between... Well, I originally wanted to do a Kevin Bacon movie from 1999 called Stir of Echoes. That's very, very good. But you said you hadn't seen Training Day.
Can we really do Ethan Hawke back to back?
No, yeah. I'm going to do Stir of Echoes.
Okay.
If he would have picked Training Day, I would have been totally fine with it.
Training Day is fucking legit.
Do you hate Ethan Hawke or something?
No! I have nothing against Ethan Hawke. Except that he looks like Mark McGrath.
I heard a lot of people think he's not an attractive dude.
Do you find Mark McGrath attractive?
I don't really find dudes attractive. I have no gauge.
I will say that he kind of looks like Skeletor now. Have you seen him?
Kevin Bacon?
No, Mark McGrath.
Oh.
Is that who we were talking about?
I would think any of the three we were just talking about would fit the descriptor of Skeletor at this point. Bacon would fit in there. Ethan Hawke's probably in there.
No, I just have this image in my mind of Skeletor singing Sugar Ray songs.
I just want to fly!
He-Man!
Put your arms around me, baby! It's turning more Cobra Commander. Damn you, Joes! I don't know what that is anymore. You see the pudding.
Alright, I think we...
Batman!
That's not...
This podcast is broken.
Bill Cosby Bane.
Bill Cosby.
I was born in the Jello.
You like the roof and all. You'll learn to love it. That's more Don Knotts now. Shit.
Oh my god. I can't do this. Oh. Don Knotts Bane.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. Why couldn't they do that on the old Batman? Just get Don Knotts to show up as Bane and Adam West is like, what the hell?
The future is what you make of it.
Oh. Alright.
Jesus Christ.
That's my new pet project. We need to make that into a short.
Well, Don Knotts is dead, so we can't do it.
I mean, one of us will have to play Don Knotts. They'll have the prestigious honor. Andy Griffith? Why are there so many ostriches? The brochure said there'd only be a few. Family Guy.
You know what? Pleasantville. Isn't that Don Knotts?
Was that Don Knotts?
He was in it, yeah.
I get Jimmy Stewart and Don Knotts mixed up. Because they both talk like no one you've ever heard before.
One talks like Foghorn Leghorn, the other talks nothing like Foghorn Leghorn.
The other one talks like Bane.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Alright, well this has been an interesting finale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, this is definitely it for this podcast for this week. Like and subscribe, leave comments, anything you'd like to make us...
Maybe you'll start
Jesus.
a Kickstarter for Jake's problems.
Yes.
I need new lungs. The kids I've been capturing, they're not compatible with what I need. But goddamn it, I'm trying.
Leave comments and maybe movies you'd like, and we'll do a listener request month or something. We got one we have on tap.
Yep.
But
Gattaca.
yeah, but any movies you'd like to hear us talk about, hell, even give us a tangent maybe we can go off of.
Yeah. Throw your favorite Shaggy song in the comments below.
Or Sugar Ray.
Are we going to get more than 2 answers?
I hope so.
I think we could have 50 people reply and it'd still be 2 answers.
Sugar Ray had like 3 albums. They'll come around.
Mark McGrath will log into his YouTube.
Yes.
These guys are talking about me.
Thanks for making me relevant again.
I'm going to call my friend Shaggy and get him on this pod.
How awesome would it be if we could get Shaggy to come on this pod?
He might murder me for all the shit I'm saying. He is a Marine.
Is he?
Yeah.
You would be dumbfounded if Shaggy was sitting right here.
That'd be pretty sweet. I'd be like, was it you?
It was.
And he'd be like, I've heard that fucking joke for the last 25 years and I'm so tired of it.
Give him to do a review with us.
That would be pretty badass.
He could pick a movie.
Yeah, I'd let him pick whatever the hell he wants to pick.
He could be on weekly if he wanted.
Yeah.
He's gonna make you watch It Follows.
Fucking, no, we're gonna have words then. I'd be like, listen, you were a god to me. Now you're not. Go back to the Jensen tire you came from, you son of a bitch.
All right. Well, that's Gattaca. Thanks for listening. I'm Ty.
Jake.
I'm Drew.
Have a good week.
See you next week.